Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? GM, welcome back to the GM chat. I'm SMS, and this is presented by SMS Live. We're going to get straight into it, running a little bit late today. Obviously, wanted to start this closer to 7, but it is closer to 8 o'clock. But either way, we're going to be bringing it live and direct, guys. Again, I'm SMS here to start your morning with Solana Made Simple, giving you the latest on Bitcoin, Solana, and what's going on inside of crypto and Web3. I do these every single day, Monday through Friday. We got the GM chat and we got the the daily stream, usually around 11 o'clock or later on in the afternoon, depending on what's going on the day. Today, we've got a special show. It's kind of one of my favorite things to do are the one-on-one shows. I've just been having a lot of fun connecting with people, builders, and all of that kind of stuff. We'll tap into that a little bit more and show you a little preview of who we got on as a guest today. But the quote of the day, you guys know how I like to start these, get your mindset, get everybody kind of aligned, thinking the same way and on that path. Let me mute that. All right, that's good there. All right, so the quote of the day, this one's pretty simple. I posted it on the timeline with the GM. Never give up or never give yourself an escape route. Keep going. If you give yourself a plan B, you're going to start deviating from plan A. When things get hard, you're like, well, at least I could fall back on this. And usually that's not what you truly want. What you truly want is what you set out to do, but you find reasons or you let somebody else's doubt creep in, or maybe you have your own self-doubt. But the thing is, don't give yourself the escape route. Just know that, hey, you got to where you're at, and you can keep pushing forward. For me, the decisions I've made and where I want to go in life, it's not going to be the easiest thing. I don't have a safety net. There was no plan for this. It's just I'm creating it as I go. One of the things with entrepreneurs and self-starters, creators, and everybody that kind of falls into that spectrum, we're known for jumping off a cliff and learn how to fly on the way down. I think that's a pretty good way to look at things. And either you crash or you start to take flight. But either way, you pick up the pieces and you keep going. You just don't deviate from that plan. Everything's going to help you get better. Everything's going to prepare you for the next step. If you don't get what you get or what you want now, you probably don't deserve it, or you didn't put the work in, or you're not ready for it. All of those things, that it's not cope, it's reality. And as long as you just focus on, just the plan, what you wanted to, like, write that shit down. I tell you guys, anytime I have a stream, get a piece of paper, get a pen, write some notes down, write some little tips that something that you thought was valuable for you. I don't know. Maybe it's the alpha that you needed for the day. Maybe it's something that you weren't looking at. Maybe whatever the case is. But again, the quote of the day, guys: never give yourself an escape route. Keep going. All right. Let's see. As most of you guys know, I'm Master Chef with Marinade Finance, and just a quick shout out to them, guys. I wanted to just remind you, instant staking is with Marinade Finance. I'm still waiting. I got 11 days left on one of my staked positions, and it's just a pain in the ass. Like, the market has gone up, it's gone down. I've missed some opportunities with that, and if it was with Marinade Finance, I'd be able to pull that liquidity out immediately and put it into other plays. But I just wanted to shout them out. We're going to be talking more about that, taking a look at some content and some fun stuff coming up next week. I was just talking with some people that I was highlighting, as far as the spaces the last couple of days. It's been very interesting as far as Solana, the state of Solana, and overall, I think you guys would like what's coming up next week. As well as the content and marketing lead with DD Gaming Labs. I'm having a lot of fun over there, growing and building and supporting people. I've been trying to kind of I've literally been telling you guys, like, if you're looking for a job, you're looking for opportunity, you're looking for, somewhere for your work to be of value, take a look there. We are looking for interns. We are looking for people that we can bring on full time. We are a small company that is starting out, building in public, and take a look at that. If you guys are interested in gaming, got any background in crypto, it's definitely somewhere for you to take a look at. If you don't have background in crypto, but you are online, you understand, how to use social media and post content, we're also looking for that too. I can help you kind of curate your content, get you up to speed as far as that goes. That's, why I'm the lead there. Show you the stuff that got me to where I'm at today. Just tapped over 13.8 thousand followers on on X. So I cannot thank you guys enough. And last but not least, guys, I am a member of the Zeus working group with Zeus Network. You guys probably heard of them. We got Bitcoin on Solana. It's Bitcoin Summer on Solana, guys. Having a lot of fun with the team over there, sharing the information and getting people some exposure on Bitcoin, because typically we look at Solana and most people are like, well, I guess I got to sell this, or I got to take it to a decentralized exchange, whatever it is, or bridge it over. You don't have to do that any longer with what Zeus is putting out there. You can kind of just use their protocols and swap your native Bitcoin over to ZBTC, which is Bitcoin on Solana, 1-to-1, verifiable, on-chain, all of that good stuff. So the safety is there. That is the biggest question I've been having with people. But before we get into anything else, guys, I want to show you a couple clips, tell you a little bit more about what we got cooking over here when it comes to Zeus Network. We just released the BTC Sol, which is liquid staking for your Solana. So this is a good example for what I was just talking about. Let's say you've got a bunch of Solana just sitting there, running up in price. We're expecting this to go to, 4,269 cents. No, in all seriousness, we'll take a look at the charts as we got some time. We're probably only going to be going for about 15-20 minutes because I got a lot of work I got to get done before the 101 show as well. But if you have Bitcoin, you can stake it for BTC Sol, and what you'll get as a reward, instead of just more, Solana, you will be able to get ZBTC, which is Bitcoin 1-to-1. You'll be able to take your ZBTC, take it to Apollo, and you can put it back to native Bitcoin if you chose to do so. But why would you do that when you have opportunities for DeFi, yield, and a lot of fun stuff being built on the back end with Zeus Network? The founder Justin just tapped in and said, what if you could put Dogecoin back with liquidity of Bitcoin with the ZBTC and stuff like that? So there's a lot of interesting things happening. A decentralized exchange based on or backed by Bitcoin liquidity, that's huge. That does have a lot of exciting stuff. But real quick, let's take a look at this. We got an upcoming stream next Tuesday. We're going to see some test streams in the next couple hours or so, maybe over the weekend. I don't know. But take a look at this. Very excited for this one, guys. We've been working on this the last couple of weeks, putting together like a whole format and kind of thinking about how we want to run the show. But that will be airing pretty shortly here. We are, like I said, you're probably going to see us pop on, do some test runs, and get the ball rolling on that end. But me and Jules are really excited about this, working with Gravy as well on the back end to get some things done. But shout out to the Zeus Network for making this possible, because it is going to be powered by them. But it won't be just about Bitcoin. It'll be about Solana, all things Solana, including Bitcoin, and how you guys can take advantage of the opportunities that are available. For instance, BTC Sol is live. There's only a few days left, so take a look.
Now quickly, looking at the lob, Zion's there. Plays it ahead of board. Now quickly, looking at the lob,
All right, like I was saying, that's going to be running until, well, when I say that's going to be running, there's a 200% bonus if you stake your Solana with BTC Sol today until the end of the month. Plus, there's a 2% bonus from Marinade Finance for you to get MNDE coin, Marinade's governance coin as well. So take advantage of the opportunities that are there. But past that, your Solana is going to be able to earn you BTC on Solana. So take a look and see what you guys like over there. If you got any questions, hit me up on the timeline. Be happy to take a look at that for you too. And let's take a look at this one real quick, tell you a little bit about what's going on with Marinade Finance.
I was glued to the charts. Every dip felt like the bottom. Every pump, just the beginning. But it never was. I lost sleep. I lost some soul. Then, I lost myself. Until I didn't. There was another way. I didn't have to chase green candles. I could make my soul work for me. Marinade staking. Instead of betting on meme coins, validators were competing for my stake. Hundreds of them, competing for the highest rewards. But not everyone gets my stake. Only the best earn it. No downtime, no shortcuts. Sam automatically delegates my stake to the top validators. Miss the APY threshold? No stake. Underperform? Bonds protect my rewards. And the best part? It works for both liquid and native staking. It's time to stop playing the game and start stacking wins. Minimize risk, maximize rewards. Marinade staking.
All right, guys, you know the vibe. It tastes better with marinade. And again, instant unstaking, so you don't have any of your funds locked up. You can take advantage of the pumps of the market. You can buy the NFTs when they're down, and you don't have to wait for your funds to be released like I am. But the one thing about that is, guys, it does teach you, having liquidity is definitely a key metric in this space. Most people want that. And the one thing I'm proud about is they can back everything up, and there's a lot of alpha in that little clip right there. Last but not least, before we take a look at the charts, I am going to share this just because the phones are going to be shipping very, very shortly. Hopefully you guys got your pre-orders in. If not, get them in as soon as possible. I think you can still get them in. I'm not 100% sure, so I shouldn't say that. But I think that is a very undervalued play. We saw what happened with the Saga phones. Excited for this to be shipped out. It's part of the process for me to get to Thailand. On top of that, we got the passport, getting that secured. We got the phone coming in the next couple of weeks. And then shortly after that, guys, I'll be getting my flight booked and be shipping out to Thailand. Living with the homie Quicks, and we'll see what's up after that. It's going to be a lot of fun. But guys, today I'm really, really excited about this one. I've been tapping in, listening to Dev and some of these spaces, but she's going to be the first woman of Web3 to be on the SMS Live 101 show. Going to be diving into what she's been cooking up and chopping it up with her. One of the hardest workers and builders in the Solana space. I've been paying attention to what she's been doing with domains, DAOs, DeFi, vibes. Dude, we're covering all of it here, and it's going to be live on X and YouTube as always. But make sure you guys put your notifications on. Dude, this is the craziest thing in the world. I'm having like the thickest form of deja vu right now. It's kind of nutty. Like, I feel like I've literally read this before. I mean, I have, because I wrote this. But like, I just feel like I've been in this exact situation in place. It's nuts. That's weird. You ever get that vibe where you're just like, damn, this is very, very reminiscent of something else. But either way, very, very stoked to get this done. Not get this done, get this started. I've got another guest next Friday already. I'll let you guys know when gets closer to that. But as far as any other updates, you guys know when to find me. Monday through Friday, even on weekends. I'm not one to touch grass. I schedule a couple minutes here and there to go outside, make sure it's still good. But let's get into the charts, guys, because like I said, I only have a few more minutes left. I got other things I need to continue and finish up. So without further ado, we'll be diving into Bitcoin and seeing what's cooking over here. Look, I'm not a technical professional fucking chart TA guy, anything like this. The skill sets I have is what I've used from, being in the space, learning, growing with people, and finding success, learning from my failures and studying, over and over and over again. It's not like I spend all of my days on charts, but I definitely like to take a look at these things and see where things run. I have a pretty real, take on these things. I do know that they can go extremely high, different directions, but I'm just basing it off of what I see and all of that kind of fun stuff. But just to keep things simple, this purple box down here that you see, this is where I think that we crashed down to, or not crashed, but we retraced down to when you call it a bear or the cycle's over. I think this would be the area just based off of what we see from the runs up, 50% retracement, yada, yada, yada. And this is saying that we top out this market cycle or this pump around $140,000 to $180,000 for Bitcoin. I'm just seeing the way things have charted all the way across here. You basically chopped all the way across, came down, had a reversal, and that kind of sent you straight up here to that new all-time high. Slight downtrend right here where it did reverse again, and we, set new highs. Real quick, let's just zoom in on this right here. This little area here was what I've not concerned about, but I was kind of saying to people we should keep our eyes on this because you know, this doesn't have any, this is price discovery after this point right here. We haven't been in these territories, so we don't know exactly where this will catch at. I was saying, you know, 113, 114,000 right here. This seems like a good area for it to, you know, come down and catch if it continues to, you know, sell off from here. We were chopping. I did put a parallel little, you know, chart up there just so you can kind of see, like, this is the tops. These are the bottoms that it broke out. It bounced off here, bounced off there, and then we, you know, bounced through or broke through here, and then it recovered just at the bottom of this little one right here, this little wick. And this is the 4-hour chart. This is a 116. Can't speak. $116,000, $524, just about that. I mean, give or take a few bucks. But that looks like where it caught some support. So that's where, I don't know if we go further or if we go higher. I don't know where we will go. No, I'm sorry, that went down to 115,000. My bad. We're at 116.5 right now. And if this does continue to kind of sell off, because we are making lower highs, we are making lower lows all the way through here. If we continue down again, I think that, you know, this could be a point of, you know, contention where we catch at, or even go all the way back down here to 110 or so. Only time will tell. Taking a look at the MACD, taking a look at the RSI, you know, it is selling off, and it probably could go all the way down to 30 on the RSI, which would probably take us closer to, you know, let's see. If it does go down there, it could take us, like I said, 110,000 or lower. Who knows? But it's all going to depend on how things move in the next couple of days. But this is a very close, zoomed in approach to this. If you're really looking at the big scope of things and you're buying this for long-term investing, I would go all the way back out to the week chart and just take a look. Like, look, man, this looks pretty bullish. You still have like a little bit of a bullish indicator here. It might be breaking down a little bit. We'll have to wait and see where this goes. But like I said, this is price discovery. We don't know exactly where this is going to go. As far as projections of BTC top, where are we at? Again, 180 to 140 or so seems like a relatively fair price range. But that's all we're really going to take a look at. Not going to get too crazy on that one, but that's this purple box again. This is where I do think if we do come down, we do you know, retest these lows right here. This would be the point, just from what I see all the way across here. Previous cycle topped at the same point here, so it's just, there's a lot of areas, but we're not worried about that. We're still in a bull zone. We're still in a bullish vibes and all of that good stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at Solana before we switch gears up. So even though Bitcoin is losing a little bit of steam, there's nothing really to worry about because we are at $116,000 fucking dollars. Just keep that in consideration. Like, it's not like a scary situation to be in. The one thing I think we do have to our advantage right here is, if you see this chart here, all the way back last year in 2024, we were just kind of like, you know, zoning right here, scraping by, chopping by. We'd have a couple spikes, we'd sell off. It kept doing that, so we had a nice range or a channel, and it's doing the same thing roughly about here, but we have a nice W formation right here. I do think that we fill this gap. This right here is the depth from the bottom to the top, so if we do fill the gap, I think this takes us to about $300, and that's in the near term. This is a weekly chart, but I do think this W plays out to send us to those ranges at 300, because you can see right about here 250 250 or 250 260, just, you know, give or take a few bucks in there from the previous top of the cycle, and then double top here, sold off, so that's expected. But now that we have this W, this reversal, this is a bullish indicator that we're running up. We have a trend line that we are respecting. It is moving up, and if we do fill the gap right here and it does make this top right there, I would expect it to, you know, break out and continue moving up from there. But my target again is about $300 from this point, and then after that, you can see that we got the rockets at the chat. Make sure your TA experts are using rockets in their TA. If they're not, they don't really care about you. That's just the joke, honestly. All right, so this big ass bar right here, what is this? Why are we looking at that? What's the expectancy on this one? Well, if you go to the bottom of this gap right here, I always try to tell you guys, take a look at the gap fills and then the handle. So you have a cup, nice handle right here, forming a W on the handle, a little bit of an extension, because it did take a little bit, you know, over a year and a half for it to kind of just crawl across this bottom. A couple lower points, it did dip, whatever, but we did reverse, a beautiful reversal at that, and we formed the W. So now We are going to be looking for this thing to, catch a little bit more steam, get some of that Bitcoin dominance to fall off and have it cycle to the alts. Once we do see that moving over, once we see a little bit more, bullish sentiment regarding the ETFs, especially the Marinade Finance staked ETF with Canary Capital, we could see this going up and retesting this all-time high around $290 to $96. I'm hoping that we crack 300 open, and then we get some price discovery with some bullish sentiment and everything going on. Overall, the state of Solana, the last couple of spaces from genuine articles talking about NFTs that could go to 100x, talking about the geckos and other communities like the Famous Fox Federation, so on and so forth, OG communities in general. I even reached out to Timon from the Meerkats, and we're going to be trying to set up a space so we can talk a little bit about the history of Solana NFTs, the history of Solana, and where things can go. Talking about I want to tap into how they started the what's it called, the I forget what it's called, the revenue share. Kind of how Tayo is doing that with their guys and their NFTs. They're able to squeeze them successfully. Yesterday we were in a space with Kaizen and got to talk to listen to a lot of different people talking about the state of Solana. And the ironic part about that is, me working with Marinade Finance, me working with the Zeus Network, me working with Solana and DD Gaming and all of these things. All of the things that people were talking about, all of the catalysts, all of the tools, the DeFi, the protocols, the opportunities that are available on the market. I've literally done content on everything they were talking about. As I'm listening, I just kept responding in the comments, like posting another video. And it's like, first they started asking Marinade about Sam. They started asking about the incident stake, and they started asking about the BTC Soul launch and all of the options that they have available with Marinade. Then they tapped in, like I said, the BTC Soul and the ZBTC and Zeus Network, the Zeus token, and other people talking about gaming on Solana. Solana Mobile, coming out around the corner here, having them repost and retweet what Solana Dean, founder of DD Gaming. That's pretty big news for me. I mean, at least they're paying attention to some of the small guys cooking. But, one thing is for sure, we are getting attention from the Solana Foundation. Again, that ties back to the internship. You guys are looking to grow. Their eyes are on us. We're doing the right thing. Dean's been working with Super Team UK for quite a while. So very bullish on everything that we've been seeing on the timeline, everything that we've been seeing cooked in these spaces, on these streams. A lot of good people in this space, man, really trying to level up and, stretch the boundaries. But I just want to remind you, never give up on yourself. Don't give yourself an escape route. If you got a plan of action, keep going after it. You might fall on your ass. You might lose everything. You might have to start from scratch. But that's the name of the game, guys. Like, it wouldn't be easy, or else everybody on this fucking timeline would be doing the same thing, and it would be very, very boring. So don't do what everybody else is doing. Be different, stand out, break rules. Don't be a dickhead, but be stern, be exactly who you need to be. But just a reminder, guys, Solana Chillin', we hold spaces Sunday, Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we have Solana Chillin' on Thursdays, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Solana Dean and Tactical Sticks. You should probably check him out. He's that stinky skunk running around the timeline. It's been having a lot of fun and connecting with these guys and growing and, meet new people in the community and stuff like that. So if you want to tap into spaces, you guys want to get hosted, we can work something out. I am putting together package deals of content. You guys need some content. You're going to help me get to Thailand, and it would be a lot of fun to connect there. I'm doing some very discounted rates as far as the package deals. I'm talking spaces. I'm talking about you guys on stream, bringing you on, doing some interviews and stuff like that as well, packaging up some reviews, maybe even making some long form evergreen content for your community as well. But if that's something you're interested, you got a project, you got a protocol, maybe you got a podcast that you just want extra, some voices on there so you can get some more, awareness, let me know. Let's put it together and let's make this thing work. But again, I post daily on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and X. You can find all of my content on the link tree in my bio. Stay plugged in across all the platforms, guys. Having a lot of fun growing out here. As far as the live streams, again, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. We have GM chat and the daily stream. Every now and then we kick it off with the one-on-one show from SMS Live. And like I said, later on today, we have Dev Majesty. We're going to be talking to her a little bit about what she's been cooking on the timeline. She puts in a lot of work. And one thing I know for sure is hosting people, doing Solana or Simply Chilling and doing, all the spaces and stuff like that. The women in Web3 definitely, have their work cut out for them. It's definitely, I I wouldn't say it's a harder market for them because they can kind of carve out a niche and they stand out. I mean, one thing is for sure, you got a lot of respect for the women that step up and really do it the right way, not trying to just, hack engagement or, put their titties out there and, just get some attention because whatever. A bunch of guys are on here. They're going to like it. But is that transferring over to real value? I don't know. That's your decision. I don't care. But the women that are actually putting in the work, building things, connecting with things, helping with growth, helping with growth, helping with, building out a space where everybody can kind of feel welcome, and including the ladies. Like I've hosted a women's only space before, just kind of highlight them as well. Stackiana, you guys probably know Stack. She's one that I really connected with early off into the space and wanted to make sure that women got some love too. So I'll be looking to, increase the amount of women on the space, so it's not just a bunch of bros on here all the time. So the people watching, they can share it with their friends and their family and say, hey, look, it's not just guys out here. Women can have an opportunity in this space as well. And I think Devil will be a good example of what you can do if you just put your mind to it, you lock in, and the contributions you can make to the space are amazing. So looking forward to that. Other than that, guys, it is the end of the week for most people. I'll be grinding all weekend. I'm a weekend warrior. I really don't like to take any days off because I'm not where I want to be. The job's not done. I'll schedule time to go relax, touch grass, and all of that. Everybody tries to warn me about it, but I don't think you understand or comprehend the amount of work that I'm willing to do to get where I need to go. So I appreciate all of you guys that tuned in. We got 44 of you guys in here. It means a lot for you to pull up in the morning, even though these are little quick ones, but we are past the half-hour mark, and we are going to wrap this up. Cannot thank you guys enough for the support, and every single day that I show up, you guys show up with me. That's what it's all about. One thing I will just say before we leave, community to me is communication and unity. And one thing I'll remind you guys, if you ever want to jump onto the GM chat, you ever want to jump onto the live streams, or you're just looking to get started into streaming, that's why I have SMS Live and we produce these shows so you guys can have a chance to jump on here and spin the wheels a little bit, press the buttons, make some mistakes. Because look, I made most of the mistakes that people tell you not to do, and look where it's got me. It got me keep going, it got me confidence, and doing that, and there is no anxiety when it comes to being on here. This whole thing could fucking crash, and I'll just pick it back up and start over, and that's just kind of how it goes. But again, I'm SMS, founder of Solana Made Simple. If you guys like what you see, repost this on the way out, tag a friend, follow me, and stay in touch, guys. I'll see you on the timeline. Got some work to get done, and you'll probably see me, like I said, doing some testing streams over the next couple hours before we get started the one-on-one show. But other than that, take care of yourselves. Follow all of the projects I just mentioned: Zeus Network, Marinate Finance, DD Gaming, and the Famous Fox Federation. Support the homies and support the ones that support you. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you on the timeline. Peace. Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe I got one more clip for you, and then we'll get out of here.